Island is the mecca of deep-sea fishermen from all parts of the world, and in the waters off the northeast coast, huge fish are to be found, providing exciting sport for those who have the skill and the inclination to seek them. Camped in a clearing on Mayo Island, our party is making preparations before setting out after the big game. An early morning breakfast is a popular preliminary to the day's work. Afterwards comes the task of preparing the lines. These measure up to 400 yards in length and are attached to a geared reel on a stout rod about 7 feet long. Down at the beach, a dinghy is waiting to take us out to our launch, which is anchored in the bay. Care has to be taken with a small craft, for the surf plays a few tricks at times, like this. Never mind, we'll try again. A final shove and off we go. Arriving at the launch, the gear is placed aboard and we set out for the fishing grounds. Some distance up the coast, we come across a school of kahawai, or small kingfish, a few of which are caught without any trouble. These are to be used as bait for the fish we have set out to capture. The hooks are baited by attaching the kahawai with pieces of stout cord. This little fellow looks harmless enough, but he might be a pain in the neck to some big fish. Preparations are now completed. The lines are dropped over behind the boat and we settle down to wait for something to happen. It may not be long either, for the water here is the home of big fish, and one of them is bound to be hungry. 2 lines are being used, trailing along at a distance of 60 feet behind the boat. One of the launch party thinks he saw something, and he did. It's a big fish, making straight for the kahawai on the right-hand line. Keep your eye on it. There he goes. He's taken the hook, and in a flash the line is running out with terrific speed. It's no use trying to hold him, and the man at the rod lets him go, wondering at the same time whether he'll stop before all the line has given out. At last the strain slackens, and the huge fish commences his desperate fight to free himself from the hook that holds him so securely. He's showing himself to be a real fighter, going through all the tricks usually known as monsters of the deep. On the launch, the fisherman is pitting all his skill against the tremendous strength of his giant foe. It's great sport, and he's liking it. One blow from the tail of this mighty fish would set any ordinary line ever made, but this one has 30 feet of wire trace to which the hook is attached, defying every effort of its captive to break free. Here is a fish sometimes out of water, but he's still got a lot of fight left in him. All this time the launch is being driven round on as near as possible to a circular course, creating a belly in the line which offers greater resistance to the frantic rush of the mighty fish. The angler wonders if the fight will ever end as the monster continues to leap and plunge, sending up fountains of spray and causing a terrific strain on rod and line. The failure of these efforts only increases his fury, and the fisherman is having a hard task to hold him on the line. Of the many tricks tried by the fish to liberate himself, the most spectacular is that of leaping out of the water until his whole body is visible, and then running for many yards balanced on his tail. At last his struggles have become feebler, and victory for the angler is assured. Gradually the big game is drawn closer to the launch, where eager hands are waiting to welcome him. Satisfied he has won at last, the fisherman winds in the reel, and the catch is drawn alongside the launch. All the fight has gone out of him now, and the boatman brings the gaff into action, preparatory to hauling the prize aboard. And what a prize! A swordfish. He must weigh 400 pounds. He's safe and sound now, and everyone is happy. A flag is run up to the masthead to acquaint the occupants of the accompanying launch that the catch has been made. It's an old angler's custom of telling the world, but who wouldn't boast about something like this? The emblem of victory flutters proudly in the breeze as our sturdy little craft is set about for the journey back to the camp. Half a dozen men are required to haul the fish up the beach, where the scales have been prepared for his reception.
What does he weigh, Barney?
419 pounds.
Not a bad...
Yes, 419 pounds. You've heard lots of fish stories, now you've seen one.